Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today. Look, right off the bat, I want you to completely forget the idea that math is just some tedious chore where you memorize abstract formulas. Toss that out the window. Instead, we're going to treat our topic today like a thrilling detective story. Seriously, we're on a hunt for hidden patterns, we're uncovering universal truths, and we are going to prove that there's this beautiful, unbreakable logic hiding right in plain sight. Today, we are cracking the code of polynomials.
Okay, let's dive right into today's case file. We'll kick things off by uncovering the secrets of polynomials. Then, we'll examine our evidence through three totally distinct cases: the classic standard equation, a weird anomaly with identical twins, and a disguised trick. Finally, we're going to verify an unbreakable mathematical rule. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The secret of polynomials, or, as I like to think of it, finding the hidden cheat codes.
So, to actually crack a case, you first got to know what you're looking for, right? And the truth is, every single quadratic polynomial holds this secret DNA baked right into its structure. I want to ask you directly, can you spot the hidden code in an equation just by glancing at it? Like, when you see numbers attached to variables, do you just see a random jumble of math, or do you see a structured roadmap? Because I promise you, once you know these cheat codes, you will literally never look at these equations the same way again.
All right, let's meet our primary suspects. On one hand, we've got our zeros, which we call alpha and beta. Now, these are simply the solutions to our equation. You know, the exact values of x that make the whole thing equal exactly 0. On the other hand, we have our coefficients. These are the numbers sitting right in front of our variables, usually labeled a, b, and c. These coefficients, they are the equation's hidden cheat codes. Our mission today is to prove this undeniable, absolutely bulletproof relationship between the zeros we dig up and those a, b, and c cheat codes that were sitting right there all along.
Moving on to Section 2. Case 1. The classic standard.
Every good detective needs a baseline case to kind of learn the ropes, and this is ours. Let's walk through our first piece of evidence pretty briskly. Step 1, we take our polynomial, x squared minus 2x minus 8, and we set it to 0. Step 2, we factor it out. We basically need two numbers that multiply to -8 and add up to -2. That gives us x minus 4 times x plus 2. And step 3, we find our zeros. The values that make those brackets 0 are +4 and -2. So, alpha is 4 and beta is -2. Boom, we've got our baseline zeros. Now, what's really interesting here is how this breakdown is visually structured. If you look at the find zeros section, you can see the exact algebraic steps. It splits the middle term from -2x into -4x plus 2x, factors it all out, and neatly arrives right at alpha equals 4 and beta equals -2. It's clean, it's logical, and it's highly structured.
But hey, finding the zeros? That's just the start. Now comes the real test. The absolutely crucial point here is that to truly verify our cheat codes, those zeros must pass two rigorous tests. First up is the sum rule. If we add our zeros together, alpha plus beta, the result must exactly equal -b over a. Second is the product rule. If we multiply our zeros, alpha times beta, the result must exactly equal c over a. If the DNA matches, these rules will not fail us.
Let's verify this first case. Our cheat codes, the coefficients, are a equals 1, b equals -2, and c equals -8. Let's check that sum. 4 plus -2 equals 2. Now the formula. The negative of -2 over 1, well, that equals 2. Does it equal -b over a? Yes, it is a perfect match. Okay, now the product. 4 times -2 is -8. The formula, c over a, is -8 over 1, which is -8. Another perfect match. The baseline case is officially verified.
Let's step it up. Section 3. Case 2. Identical twins.
So we've established our baseline, but let's be real, math rarely stays simple. Just when you think you've got the pattern locked down, it throws a curveball. Let's see if our cheat codes can handle something a little unusual. Notice the letter changed here. We're examining 4s squared minus 4s plus 1 equals 0. Don't let that s throw you though. The rules remain exactly the same. When we factor this one, it doesn't split into two different brackets. It actually factors into a perfect square, 2s minus 1 all squared. Which means when we extract our zeros, we get alpha equals 1/2 and beta equals 1/2. And this brings us to the anomaly I mentioned. We have identical fractional zeros, 1/2 and 1/2. It looks a bit surprising, right? A fraction and a duplicate at that? But honestly, don't worry. The real beauty of these universal mathematical rules is that they simply don't care if the numbers are integers, fractions, or even identical twins. The cheat codes are still going to work.
As we look at this next layout, you can see how it handles this anomaly beautifully. Right in the middle, the equation block shows that neat little transition from the perfect square directly to the zeros, with alpha equal to 1/2 and beta equal to 1/2, perfectly boxed up for us.
So, let's run the verification real quick. Our coefficients are a equals 4, b equals -4, and c equals 1. The sum rule, 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1. The formula, negative b over a, gives us the negative of -4 over 4, which is 1. It's a match. And the product rule, 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. The formula c over a gives us 1 over 4, which is 1/4. Another match! See? Identical fractions cannot break our mathematical law.
All right, Section 4, Case 3, the disguised equation.
Okay, cases 1 and 2 were basically handed to us on a silver platter. But now, the math is actively trying to trick us. Look really closely at this equation. 6x squared minus 3 minus 7x. This right here is a trap. If you just rush in, you might think a is 6, b is -3, and c is -7. But pause for a second and ask yourself, what looks totally wrong with this picture?
Aha! There's the fix. The equation was completely out of order. We literally have to rearrange it to 6x squared minus 7x minus 3 equals 0. If we don't put those variables in descending order of their power, squared, then linear, then the constant, we end up grabbing the completely wrong cheat codes, and our entire investigation just completely falls apart.
And looking at the breakdown for this one, notice how the very first thing that happens is fixing the disguise, reordering it to minus 7x minus 3. Once that's out of the way, there's a much more complex factorization process that leads us to some pretty messy zeros. Alpha equals 3/2, and beta equals -1/3.
Let's slowly walk through this final verification. The tension is high here because, frankly, these fractions are messy. Our fixed coefficients are a equals 6, b equals -7, and c equals -3. Let's find the sum of our zeros, 3/2 plus -1/3. We find a common denominator, and that equals 7/6. Now our formula. Negative b over a is the negative of -7 over 6, which equals 7/6, absolutely flawless. Now for the product. 3/2 times -1/3 equals -3/6, which simplifies down to -1/2. The formula, c over a is -3 over 6, which also simplifies to -1/2. It works perfectly.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, the unbreakable rule verified.
Think about it. We tested the standard case, we handled the anomaly, and we totally outsmarted the disguise. And all of this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we set out to prove at the very beginning of this explainer. It's just so satisfying to see those massive, bold, green verified check marks holding up across the board. Whether the problem was super simple, whether it contained identical fractions, or whether it tried to trick us with mixed-up ordering, the relationship held incredibly strong. The hidden DNA of the coefficients precisely dictates the behavior of the zeros. No matter the layout or the complexity, the truth is officially verified.
I really want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. Today, we cracked the code of polynomials, proving that these simple cheat codes absolutely never fail. But math isn't just a list of isolated problems on a worksheet, right? It's an entire universe of deeply interconnected logic. So I gotta ask you, if a simple quadratic equation has these profound hidden rules built right into it, what other hidden universal rules are out there just waiting for you to discover them? Keep investigating, keep questioning, and keep exploring. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.